Good morning, guys. Oops, sorry. Hey, Rico. Hi, Gato. Hold on, let me just scroll up to the top here. Hi, Sam. Nightwalker. Musa, Black, Sandro, Alexander, Kevin, Tropical. Alexi. Armin, Organic. Said hi to Rico already. Lucas. Mr. Dumpy. Lois. Or Louis? No. Is that Louise? Louise. Khaled. Spaceman. Amun. Yoda. Avanash. Daniel, Rock, Peter. Did I miss anyone? Sorry if I missed your name. But hey guys. Okay, so welcome to today's episode of Dream Hangars. A little bit too close to my mic. That's why I keep getting that feedback. I'm trying to move a little bit further away. Today we are going to be taking a look at. Is it Louise Nader? Is that how you say your name? Their Dream Hangar. Let's see what they say here. Really wondering how this hangar would do in champ leagues or other leagues. Well, I mean, of course, in silver it will demolish them, but you know what I mean. You know what? Even if you're in silver league, you would think that it would just demolish everything, but the thing is, if you don't know how to play your bot, you will go down against an experienced player anyways, regardless of if you have like ultimate. So yeah, we'll be running this hangar. Okay, so we've got a Bjorn, we've got Nuo, Ravana, Curie, the Ultimate Phantom, Ultimate Fenrir. Started watching 2 weeks ago. Oh, welcome to the channel as a new viewer. Okay, so this is the hangar that we're going to be covering today. For the ones who aren't familiar with Dream Hangars and how this all works, basically, a viewer, which would be you guys, submit your Dream Hangars. It could be a theme. It could be something that you're building towards. You might be struggling with something, which is even better. So, if you have a hangar and you're struggling with something, just pitch the idea. You never know, it might get chosen. And, the beauty about this is, and I've been doing this kind of recently, if you get chosen, there's a good chance that you'll get a gift. Okay, so Louise will be getting a gift for being chosen. But basically what I do is I rebuild the entire hangar. And then, I'll make a couple of comments. You'll see how the whole format goes as we progress through the live stream. So I will make a couple of comments on like the overall composition, because, having the right bots to do the job makes a big difference. So I'll make comments on that, maybe on the builds themselves. We'll run it for a couple of games, and then usually about midway through, I will try to optimize things. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, if everything is maxed out, it will work. There's been many cases where that actually was not the case. And it's just simply because the build itself is not good. Or maybe, they might have like sniper weapons on a brawler, which, believe it or not, actually happens far more frequently than you think. Okay, so you guys ready? The Sam Jock is in the shop, 10 bucks. Yeah, that thing's also getting nerfed. I think actually at this, well, I don't know. I don't want to say too much, because the thing is, I don't know to what extent the nerf to the Sam Jock is going to be like. But I just know for me personally, if I had to choose between like a Ravana and a Sam Jock, I think I would rather go Ravana, because the thing with the Sam Jock I find is really fragile. The Ravana is a bit more tanky. I mean, what is the... Now that we're on this topic, what is the health? 336 versus... And I haven't even run the Sam Jock in a while. 3-3. Yeah, see, it's more tankier. And that makes a big difference because when you're engaging and you're out of that ability mode, if you're a very fragile bot, you're just gonna get wiped out. Hey, Brandon. Should you keep leveling up your Scatty to MK2? Yeah, I would do. I think it's worth it. But you got to also be careful because I know players are gonna be like, "Oh, Adrian says worth it." Now that they're gonna level up all their weapons to MK3. You got to be careful how you do that because you don't want like the same type of weapon on like 2 or 3 of your bots. So what I mean by that is like, so if I run like Scatty on like the Fenrir, I don't want it on something else and then max everything out because, if that gets nerfed now, 2 of my builds have been nerfed. You know what I mean? So you got to be very careful with that. Okay, so, hi Jay. We'll be taking a look at the Nuo here. So they've asked for Ultimate Calamity and Ultimate Scourge. To be honest, I haven't tried this build. Now, you'd think that I would try. The thing is, I was trying the Ice Noodles, so the Hell and the Scatty on here, and I kind of liked it. Because you get the damage boost from the freeze effect and the damage boost of the actual, bot itself. And also not many players have these weapons, so that's why I tend to run the other one. But I still think the other one, it might be even stronger. Okay, so those are the skills. Some players might ask me, why do I run the Shy drone on here rather than the new, how do you pronounce it? The Oppo drone? So, you can find it here. This one here. The reason why is because I find that other drone doesn't really help the Nuo as much as you think. I know it gives it an Aegis shield, but the thing is there's so many snipers out there, and usually when I get hit by snipers, a spot is dead. They'll hit me the first time, and at that point, they'll be blinded because of the effect. But I'm almost dead at that point. Once that blind wears off, another snipe and I'm dead. So that's why I prefer using the Shy. 21. Yeah, this account does not belong to me, just a disclaimer. It belongs to Pixonic, but I use this for things like guides, or I guess in this case, Dream Hangars. It allows me to do live streams or videos like this to help the players out. So that's what I use it for. Yeah, so we have the Nuo. We've got the Ravana with Ultimate Havocs. This might be a really good build. In fact, I know that it is because I know just the regular Havocs was really good for, even now it's kind of decent. Maybe not the best choice. You have things like Mogwan and stuff, but it's held up pretty well, I would say, over the years. Battle Wreck, you actually spelt it wrong. It's not Battle Wreck as in you're gonna wreck someone. It's Battle Wreck as in you're gonna, using it for recording. So REC, not wreck as in. Yeah, I think that's players get that mixed up too. Okay, so those are the skills. So if you're planning on building like a Ravana, you always want to go for this pilot. This pilot is key to make the Ravana really strong because it gives you an extra ability charge. So yeah, so if you're wondering like, how come my Ravana has more charges than yours? It's because of the pilot. There's a good chance you don't have the right pilot on it. So we're going to try that out. We've got the Curie with the Leinani weapons. You use the support on your... Oh, I could try that. I just generally go for more damage. But, that's how I roll, man. For me, it's this is just something that you kind of learn when you're in Champion League, when you're going up against really strong players. I've been involved in a lot of clan battles, and let me tell you this, when you're in those kinds of battles, you gotta have, first of all, tanks, and then you need a lot of firepower with a lot of damage because everyone just runs that combination. If you're running around with like a camping build, you're not gonna survive very long. Not against the top players. You know, they bring out their tanks and you will do, like, I don't want to say little to no damage, because even if you were maxed out, you will struggle to do a lot of damage to, you know, they have their bots built right. Not cheating, they understand the game really well. Because they nerfed the shot interval. Yeah, but you got to remember what the Mog one does too. Maybe they did go overboard. I don't know, because we also don't know, like, it's not finalized. But the thing is, with these weapons, you can't heal up from it. You know, so something's got to give. Like, you can't have a weapon that fires fast, does a lot of damage, and you can't heal up from it. Which is basically what they had when they had the damper weapons, remember? So yeah. The Hussars? Yeah, Hussars are a great... those weapons are really good. I did a video on that. I would say, like, for mid-range, for free player, Hussars and Scatty. If we're talking, like, medium weapons, really, really good weapons right now. And, you know, it's probably going to be really good, actually, the next update. But I would be careful of leveling up too much of those, because I wouldn't be surprised if they actually nerf them after that update, because then you're really going to see how strong they are. Now, when other weapons have been nerfed down, and then, because, like, even now they're doing a lot of damage, so you can imagine, you know, if everything else is getting nerfed, technically speaking, that's actually getting a buff, indirect buff. Advanced repair on your Leo. That makes sense. Okay, so we've got the Ultimate Fenrir here. They actually said I can run any weapons on here. I mean, what other weapons would you like to see on here? Because I notice I have a lot of ultimate weapons. Maybe I need to mix things up. Okay, well, we'll run with this first. And then I will switch things up in terms of, maybe I run like hammer and mace or something. Do I remember Sora Loco? Yes, I do remember him. He got into trouble though. He was he was doing things that he wasn't supposed to do. Yeah, but I do remember. Okay, so we've got the Fenrir here with the repair amp and immune. I'm gonna try the immune, but the thing is, you know, one thing I noticed when I'm running really heavy tanks, whether it be the Ultimate Fenrir or the Leo, I just get shredded up by those arm weapons. So I may have to throw on like a last stand on this thing. Energy shotgun nerfs aren't too bad. Yeah, we'll have to see how things go, because, you know, like, this is the thing. When they came out with the initial nerfs, and there were some buffs as well, but the initial nerfs to a lot of the things in the first round of testing, I tell players don't get stressed out about it, because I can almost guarantee that they're going to change things. And sure enough, like, I was so sure of that, like 80-90% of the chance of it changing from week 1 to week 2, you know, it was about an 80-90% chance of it happening. And sure enough, second week, things got flipped. So you started to notice, like, the ducks didn't have as many nerfs. It was funny because, you know, the new weapons, the Munin and the Hugin weapons, I think they were going to nerf it. But then someone told me in the second week that they were going to buff it. So it just goes to show you, like, how things switch. So, you know, at this point, it's like, well, I mean, you don't want to base anything on those. The point I'm trying to make is you don't want to base things on, you know, what they're going to do, because you don't actually know if they're going to go ahead and do it. They might even cancel it. So the best thing is to just go with what you know, and maybe, like, even start going for, like, backups. Like, maybe you have a Ravana in your inventory that you haven't leveled up. Well, why not level it up just in case? You know, because it has survived multiple metas. That's what I'm saying. And go for weapons which you know they haven't touched. The Bjorn was just that emote that... yeah, we're going to run the Bjorn. So they've asked me to run the Anguish and the Ruin up. Yeah, I've actually run I've run these weapons on here. To be honest, I actually don't like them. I think it's you don't really see me run these weapons, and it's because of the 3-shot deal. Like, you fire once, you fire second 3, and then you reload. Every time I'm caught on a reload. Like, when they came out with these weapons, I believe I ran it on the Mauler. But then when someone recommended I try the Mahavaj and the Vadra weapons, I tried those. And I actually preferred that over the Anguish and the Ruiner. When, like, they hadn't even been nerfed, by the way, at that point. I just preferred the Mahavaj and the Vadras. Hi, Black Knight. Hi, Modo. No, wait. Moda. Hey, Jason. You don't have one of those. Okay, so... I'll give my opinion on why, because the question that I have for this live stream is, you know, why don't we see the Ultimate Fenrir being used much? So I have a couple of theories, which I'm pretty sure, you know, it's true for some of them. The first thing is that the Ultimate Fenrir, it's really tanky, but the thing is it's slow, and we're in a game right now where, you know, generally it's pretty fast paced. I mean, you have sword units dashing, you have the Samjock that moves pretty fast, you know, like it's just, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, for this to be like somewhat used, it would have to be linked, which is another thing too. I noticed the arm weapons just chew through this thing like it's nothing. So if I'm not linked, it goes down really fast. And the thing is, you're slow. I think that's the biggest thing as to why we don't really see. It's not that it can't be tanky. It's just that it's... Actually, wait, before I do that, it's just that it's slow. I think that's the biggest thing. Nobody has one? No, I run into some players that definitely have it. Like, you know, when you're in Champion League, you got to understand there's a lot of heavy spenders, a lot of, you know, they have ultimates. It might be true for you in your league, but I know, you know, I've seen a lot of players run ultimates, and you generally don't see them use the Ultimate Fenrir anymore. It's just because it's too slow. There's just better options. So anyways, hold on. I'll make a comment here about overall the Hangar composition. I think overall the composition is actually really strong because we've got quite a few tanks here. I mean, you know, pretty much 4 tanks. We've got some range here, which is nice. Usually when I look at a hangar to see how it's balanced, I look at range first, because I find a lot of the times, like the newer players that are struggling, more often than not, they're running too much range. And I know this because, you know, when I first started playing this game, I used to be the same way. And when things flipped for me, where I actually started to progress at a really rapid rate, was when I started taking that range out of my hangar. Because what I did was I forced myself to engage close range. And, you know, as a result, my damage scores just skyrocketed. It was like triple what I was making. And yeah, I was just getting a lot more gold and silver back then. So, you know, that's one of the first things I look at. And then next would be the brawlers. But we have, I'm going to mark these 3 specifically because they're hard to bring down. The Curie might be, but that has been nerfed quite a bit. So yeah. And then we have a Brawler Titan. So definitely a very brawler heavy, which is good because, you know, going into Champion League, you know, Master Champion League, you need to be more brawler. I know players say, but it's not their style. But the thing is, do you think your opponent cares what you think? They're going to attack you. And if you can't defend yourself, you're going to be in trouble. That's how it goes. Is it good to build one for long range? Black Knight. Okay, so this is my opinion. Some will disagree. Some will say, yes, it's definitely worth it. I say for a new player, I wouldn't do it. You want to know why? It's because it requires more resources, and most players struggle with resources. So if you're struggling with resources, I'm just looking to see how many go to the left. That's a lot. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's going to teleport me, right? I think so. Well, I mean, at least he's going this side. Gotta be careful, they have a sword unit back there. This guy's... Oh man, he's teleporting me into the line of fire. Ah! Someone's sniping there. I wonder if I should push. What is this guy in? Oh. I heard, sounds like Gauss. Wait, there was a sword unit here somewhere. He's going to drop in over here. Ah! I gotta be careful. Ooh. Ah! This guy's gonna be a problem. Yeah, I had to be careful of him because I didn't want to spawn in. You always got to be careful. If you have view... I don't know if I'm going to make it here. We need to put more pressure on their flanks. What I'm trying to see if I can draw them back to this side. If I can get his beacon, because you see how he's backing up. They overreacted. Actually, that was a good call. I think it's good that I did that. Is it possible to get your Steam account on your phone? Oh, not at this point, no. But they're planning on doing that. Hopefully by the end of this year. I'm just gonna keep putting pressure here on this side because these guys are actually, they have some really strong players. This guy's just gonna eat through me. Wait, am I not turning this beacon? I'm gonna get killed here. I'm just putting pressure here on this beacon so that it forces them to overreact. So they might kill me, but they totally overreacted. So that's 3 players that can't cover the other beacons. If we can get this one... They have someone moving in here. Uh-oh. That guy will mess me up. Yeah, those Arbiter weapons are crazy strong. Oh. Yep, he's gonna kill me. I'm almost dead. I will be dead. I'm flanked. Totally dead. He's gonna kill me. Yep. Oh, I'm the only one left. No, there's another one here. Yeah, you see why I say I don't like those Anguisher and Ruiner weapons? That's the reason why. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's too many players here. I'm dead. Ah. Hey, Jamal. Yeah, Ravana is actually pretty good. Havocs are crazy, yeah. Yeah, the Bjorn, you know, players say that it's strong, but I think it's they say that it's strong, but they don't actually know how to counter it. When you see the amount of counters to that thing, then you realize that actually it's not, it actually needs a, I hate to say this, it needs a buff. But you got to be careful with something like the Bjorn, you know, when it comes to buffing it. The Bjorn will be the #1 Titan? I don't think so. I actually don't think it will be. Because we still have those counters on the field. It will survive a bit longer, I think, but I have my doubts on whether it's going to be the strongest Titan. Hey, Peter. That makes it drop down. It's not just the Nuo. I think it's the Leo too. It's just like a random bug. I have no idea actually what causes it. Yeah, some have asked me. Oh, some have asked me about that. Oh boy. He went straight for me. Don't know if that was worth it. Oh, a Fenrir. Didn't even realize there was a Fenrir there. That's a lot of players back there. Coming through. Oh, you see how much damage the crumble weapons do to it? Hold on, I don't want to spawn over there. Always be careful when you spawn at... Always be careful when you spawn at center, any map. Worst possible place most times. He's gonna spawn in here by me. Yep. Oh, I'm charged. You know what? It does a lot of damage, but I actually... He's gonna drop in here with the Titan or something. I actually prefer the ice noodles. He's gonna teleport here somewhere. Got him. Can we get this guy here? Got him. He's gonna spawn here. Where's this guy? Ah! I got onto this beacon first, so they can't get it. Let's just do this. You should be able to kill him, right? There we go. What is this guy in? Why is he moving all weird? What is that? Must get close. Empty clip. You know what I think would work better on here is actually the Sonic, Nvara, and Vadra. I wonder if I can get this beacon. Oh, gonna kill me. I don't have my... Yeah, I'm almost dead here. One thing you gotta understand with the Bjorn, when you go into that, when you go into this mode, you're actually worse off. You take more damage. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Well, the good news is we've got more beacons. Go for this beacon, run the beacon bar down. Yeah, when you're in this kind of a close game like this, you never want to go for the kills. You go for the beacons. So you see how these guys are going for the kills, but there's one problem with that. They have no beacon bar left. So I could just sit here and do nothing and we'll win. Yep, because now they have to spawn at home and then they realize too late. The Bjorn died. Yeah, Bjorn's not as strong as you think. I think they're getting mixed up because they think like Skyros, right? Because the Skyros when you go into ball mode. But remember, it's because of the Theseus pilot. You don't have a Theseus pilot for Bjorn. So it actually ends up going down a lot faster than you think. Nvara's getting a massive nerf. There's Titan weapons with those. I mean, they're kind of okay, but yeah, I don't actually like these weapons. Not even on the mall, I don't like them. I just think there's better options. Would I do that with the squad? We'll have to see. We actually have a Patreon squad coming up. We're trying to decide. We're trying to decide what to run for that theme. That's gonna be this weekend. By the way, if you're a Patreon member, we need to decide quick because we have to do a thumbnail thing for it. for Saturday. I'm gonna get killed. Yeah, I'm trying to run. We're gonna lose the other side. I'm gonna get killed. So the only thing that can kill this guy here is if we had the arm weapons or actually this might be able to kill him. We have no one on the side. Uh-oh, that ain't good. That's actually really bad. Run! No! I got blinded and I can't heal. Ah. Where is my team, man? Dude, they're all in this. Oh, that's not good. That's the reason why. Keep getting blinded by this guy. Nope. Oh no. He's gonna kill me. Okay, well, we got one beacon. We need to get another one quick here. Is there anything that can kill him? This or Titan weapons? Titan weapons would be the fastest way. See how many bots I lost? And you know why? It's because we didn't get beacons. So if you don't get beacons, you will lose your whole hangar. I mean, I went for the left, but we didn't get the bottom. And by the time I got to the bottom, it was too late. I can't move. So now I gotta put beacon pressure on them. This guy might end up killing me. Look how much damage he's doing. Nope. I think I charged him up there. Four beacons. We need to push that last one. And we gotta do it fast before they get it. Man, these weapons are terrible. This guy's gonna kill me. I'm dead. There's no ways. Why isn't no one going for this right beacon? Like, it's open. That's the only way we can win against these guys now. Say what? That didn't kill him, no. Oh boy. Ah, these weapons. I'm gonna get hit by my flank here. I'm just trying to push beacons because this is the only way that we can win. Okay, we're definitely gonna change the weapons on that Bjorn. I don't think that those weapons are good. AWR. Hey, terminal. I try to push as much beacons. We actually have more players, so we should have more beacons, but we don't. Yeah, this guy's setup is a lot stronger. See, he's running the Mahavaj and Vadra combo. Definitely a lot stronger. But I think for the style of play that the Bjorn offers, I think actually maybe the Sonic might be better. Just because when you go into that bear stance or whatever the name of the ability is, you can't move. So that allows you to shoot further out. Game is close, but I don't... I mean, maybe no. Hey, chicken. Nvara and Vadra? Yeah, Nvara Vadra. I think it's stronger. A lot stronger. Those weapons don't work on Bjorn. They actually don't really work on Mauler either. I mean, players will hype it up, but I know my weapons. Like, you know, when you run it and you face strong players, you can see which is a lot stronger. This guy. He's running for his life. He's gonna get... It's funny we can't see his health. He's just gonna get... Wait a minute. This guy has... Oh, I didn't see that. He's got... Which one is this one? The Angusher? I always get them mixed up. He's using it for the rust effect, which is a good idea. You should just shoot this guy. You can kill him quick, I think, right? Yeah, he's too slow. He can't get beacons. You know what, though? This game was a lot closer than it would have otherwise been. If I didn't push in my Bjorn, this game wouldn't have even been this close. Now, you gotta think, if we had gotten the home beacons and held them down, we probably would have won. He's going for kills. Yep. That's why you lost. Like I say, you can't... Players think they can win that way, but there's one problem with that. And I learned this very early on because what I used to do before. So most players that I ran into before, a long time ago when I used to play, I could roughly count how many bots they had left. But the thing is, now that players have 5 bots and a Titan, you can't possibly count how many each one has lost. So if you can't count, the only other way is to win by beacon bar, because that you can visibly see. So if you want a guaranteed win, you gotta play beacons. Okay, so that's gonna be the first round of games with this lineup. We're gonna go in now and we're gonna tweak things. Actually, let me just see. Is Louise in the chat? I saw another Louise, but I'm not sure if that's the same. I don't think it's the same one. They start with campers. Well, that's why we lost. What do I think about the Hugin Munin on the Indra? Auto rebalance? I wouldn't use it. I know they newer weapons, but newer doesn't equate to better. Just for the style of the Indra, I still think that the Kraken, Mahavaj and Vadra would work better. And I've even tried these when they were at their prime. On the Indra, I didn't like them at all. They didn't really work for me. Oh, you changed it. Well, thanks for participating. We're going to optimize this hangar now. We're gonna see if we can try to improve on some of these builds, and I'm gonna mix things up because we got quite a few like ultimate stuff here. By the way, guys, if you enjoyed the live stream, make sure to leave a thumbs up. We have 151 viewers, 78 likes. Would definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Hey guys. It's just too slow. That's what I was saying. I was saying it's just too slow. So there's a couple of ways that you can actually go about it. If your body is too slow, is to use actually range on it. So we'll go with that. Yeah, actually, you know what? I after running a few games now with the ultimates, I actually think I prefer these over the ultimate weapons. These hit harder. They need which one? The Anguisher, you mean? A lot of reloading? Let's see. Should we go with this one? I think I'm gonna keep this as is on here. What can we run on here? We could run the arm weapon. That's the only way, because then I have, what, 500 meter range? Yeah. Okay, wait, we have, what is it? Medium and light is the other one, so we don't have a heavy. I'd have to use... What should we use? Maybe Leinani. What do I have yet? Maybe I keep that. I'm gonna put Master Gunsmith on here because, again, like I said, you know, the Ultimate Fenrir, reason why we don't see many of them, like, it's a strong bot, it's just because it's too slow. But there's also other threats to it, like any of the crumble weapons, you know, will just eat through this. The arm weapons do so much damage to it too. Oh, we also got to change something here. This does not work. We need a last stand on this thing. The way that this thing goes down, definitely need a last... Actually, you know what I should also do? Maybe change... Okay, let's see how we do with this lineup. Iceman! Feel good on Eiffel. I never really got into those weapons. Is there anyone in the chat that uses Pantagruel? I never really got into those weapons. Like even when they were released, you know, I guess maybe just not my style. You know what? I think I should use Advanced Repair on this. Oh, lag. Reload. Reload. I just realized that oh! Uh-oh. No! I tried to see if I could lock him down. I couldn't. Okay, we got that beacon. Guess we'll just run with this now. That's one thing that I don't like about the Nuo, man. Look at how much damage those crumble weapons did to me. Do you see that? That's what I'm talking about. There's just so many ways, like, counters to this. Wait, what is this guy in? There's a downside to running this rather than the other. I think I need to reload here quickly, just in case. Yeah, well, we got that beacon. I can't see him. Oh my. Well, this is definitely a lot more effective, but we're talking about really powerful weapons here. You know what I can actually do is I can use the, maybe even use the dodger. I need to get this guy. Yeah, this thing's just chewing through these guys. Oh, hi. Whoa. Whoa! Assist! Oh my. Oh, wait. Wait, he's on out. Oh, he's on our team. For a minute there, I thought that guy was the enemy. Back up! No. Gotcha. I locked him. Yes! Man, so many sword units. Uh-oh. No, he locked me. Uh-oh. Got him. Ugh. I can't hit him. No! Life support. I guess we need to get some beacons, like, quick. Like, real quick. Hey, Luke. Well, you must really hate that guy. You didn't even worry about a Bjorn right next to him. Reload quick. Uh-oh. You see how much stronger those sonic weapons are? You compare that now to the Anguish and the Ruiner. You see the difference? Big difference. That Fenrir, man, that all I did was change the weapons. But the thing is, those weapons are actually gonna get nerfed. I wonder how they're gonna do like after. The Skald family. I don't know about the Skald. I mean, we can try it. The thing with that is the reload. The reload's really slow. You'll have the bomb effect though from the rockets. Hi Sammy. I love the scorches on the Ravager. Really fun build. Or even the Skald on the Dagon. I was running that for the last couple days. 10 battles in a row. 40%. Yeah. Very predictable. Yeah, I know we have those skills, but I'm not going to use that. I'm actually going to use Dodger, I think. So what Dodger is going to do is it's going to cut down the cooldown time of my Advanced Repair. This way I can use Advanced Repair more frequently, which I think is important for the Fenrir. Amun, thank you for being a member for 25 months. Really do appreciate it. Is going to help us. Pixonic, you will have no idea what you're about to do. Prepare for. Yeah, yep. No one knows what's going to happen with the rebalance. I mean, you're going to get players trying to predict and they're going to say, oh, I called it. The reality is no one knows. It was a lucky guess. That's a lot of stealth back there. Good grief, that's a lot of eyeballs. Whew. What is this guy in? Rogatka, what the? Oh! I think maybe I need to run... I think I need to run maybe Advanced Repair on that. Because I noticed... The thing with Unstable Conduit, you don't really get that much healing. I know it's more frequent, which is why I got it, but it actually doesn't make sense when you think... Oh. Oh, did we get him? This guy just camping it out there. It's like, guys, I don't need to leave the spawn. Uh-oh, I charged him up. I was going for the other guy. Going for the Leo because it busts through their resistance. Yeah, this isn't half bad. Oh, we almost killed him. He lagged out. He's lucky. Wait a minute. It said kill before I even killed the guy. Lagging that bad. Ooh, I saw smoke. Here's another one. Is that the same guy? I got the shy. And that's why I put the shy on. Oh, almost. Dude, that newer, that's a big difference. I was using ultimate weapons on there and then I turned it to ice noodles. Look at how I just melted through those players. Crazy. Advanced repair if you got power cells. Well, yeah. I know you said if you've got power cells, but it's worse if you're using unstable conduit because it's more frequent. The system knows I was gonna kill him. He was anticipating. I was like, wait a minute. It says I killed him, but I haven't even killed him on my end. Like, it's still in the process of killing him. Hi, Denny. You know what? This build's actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like the reload. Did they change the reload? I don't think they did. Why was I expecting worse? Which one? I'm using the nuclear amp one. Yeah, maybe I should try. Wait, let's try the other one. But the thing is, I'm giving up so much damage, though. I mean, that does make a big difference. So you're saying this one here, the support. To be honest, I don't even think I've even tried this. This would give me actually double. That might be better with the shy. Oh, let's try this. But I am giving up a lot of damage, though. Generally, when I'm running like anything mid-range, I don't like staying in that bot for too long because I'm doing it at the expense like of my teammates, and I know they're going to burn out. So I prefer just to get my damage in, take out their snipers, and then get into my brawlers. This way, my hangar kind of falls in line with my teammates. Otherwise, I'm alive and, you know, they're dead. Boy. That's a lot of players. Come on. I got stuck here and it actually kind of worked out for me. Hold the fort! I don't even know how we held that. Lag! Oh! Wow, that's some crazy lag. You know what? These weapons actually aren't that bad. Okay, that might be a problem. Is he linked? We need a Titan actually to deal with this guy. Oh, ooh. Yes, we held it down. Good job, guys. And we got the center, nice. Uh-oh. Hold up, hold up. They got a sword unit back there. I'm actually kind of impressed by this build. I didn't think it was going to do this well. Am I the only one that's like thinking this too? Yo, what the heck? My team's actually like... We thought we were going to get spawn raided until we decided to push their spawn. What the heck's going on here? Am I playing in a squad on my side? I didn't even check. Freeze him up for my teammates. Am I with a bunch of randoms or is this a squad? I'm not even paying attention. The other team thought they were gonna spawn raid us, but like it kind of backfired. We held. Now they're in their spawn. He's almost dead. Freeze him up. Yes. I'm gonna get killed. Yep. Last stand on him. We're gonna ditch this. Oh, he almost went. Almost. Yeah. He's trying to get a beacon, but I'm gonna just follow him. Because he's taking damage in the meantime. Empty my clip. He's getting hit by double Bjorns. This can't be good for him. Sonic damage. The Japanese clan. I don't even know what happened. Like, they got so aggressive. And I thought we could get spawn raided. Next thing, we defended against them. Built different. Wait a minute. Is this one of you, my Patreon members? I've seen this name before. Oh, they were down a player, but that was a squad. Still though, good job on my team. That was weird. They pushed too hard. I think they thought that they could overpower us until we defended the initial push, because they lost so many bots in the process. I mean, this build actually pretty decent. I thought it was going to be worse than what I was expecting, I guess. So wait, someone wanted me to run Shatter. We'll use these. That was an interesting game. Like, I didn't think that I was gonna be able to pull a win. They thought wrong. Yeah, because like I was like, wait a minute, we've got their beacon. Defense. No, we kind of need that extra damage. The plan backfired. I was actually kind of surprised because after we had held off the initial, I mean, that was like 2 or 3 waves of pushes to our beacon. Next thing I know, we defended and we were like, yes, now we can take a breather. I realized we got the center beacon and then we're like, well, wait, why stop there? And then we just all pushed together. It just goes to show you, you know. And the thing is, we're not even on comms, right? Ah. I couldn't heal that. Wait, we didn't even get that side beacon. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, we didn't even get that beacon. Oh, this game's over. Now that they've got that beacon, they can keep spawning right into our spawn here. Yeah, you thought you could. This guy might kill me though. I need help. Oh. Wait, now we only have 3. I guess my whole team decided that was it. I'm getting him first because he's boosting their damage. Sometimes players ask me, why do I target certain players? Yeah, that's the reason why. Who's he? Yeah, it doesn't matter. So if he's linked to someone, you want to go for the guy that's linking. What I need to do is actually drop in with a Titan here. I can't drop in yet. Can I drop in now? I might have to ditch. I know I'm on this beacon and players say that it's a cheap move, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, you know? There we go. It's either that or be slaughtered. Which do you choose? I'd rather not be slaughtered, thank you very much. Even though I know he's coming straight for me. He's got the counter. And I can't hold this down by myself here. He's gonna kill me. Ugh. Yeah, this Bjorn's dead. Three guys. Whew. Trying to save my abilities here. I'm not going to. Ultimate comeback. Oh. Yeah, sometimes what I find with players too, the other thing too, which is also what holds them back, they're too afraid of losing their bot. Sometimes you have to ditch a bot, you know, in order to defend a beacon or to take out a very big threat. So that guy that was in the Leo, the reason why I killed my bot quickly was because he was close to the spawn and I can get him with my Titan. The Titan weapons, any Titan weapons, they're a hard counter to the Leo. So if you struggle with the Leo, drop into your Titan and target it, because it will eat through the Leo very quickly. The arm weapons, yeah. The arm weapons as well. I should try... Uh-oh. All the pop-up windows. I'm thinking of trying out other weapons for this. I mean, what other... Oh. These Arbiter weapons are very strong now, but I'm thinking like ahead of time. Maybe ice rockets? I don't think I've tried ice rockets on... Well, actually I have. But it was kind of buggy back then. Yeah, let's try ice rockets. Because they're not gonna do anything to the ice rockets. And this might actually work in my favor, because if there's a lot of ultimate Arthurs, he can bypass his shield. Yeah, focus on the Leos, not on the ones that they're linked to, because you're not going to kill the ones that they're linked to. And besides, they can just link to someone else. Inferno. There's a couple that I've asked. Yeah, we can do that. This might actually be my last game here. Trying to keep these live streams a bit short, because not many watch my live streams when it's long, so I'm trying to shorten them a bit. Because I go off track. And even this, even though I know it's like just over an hour, when I start getting to the Q&A, I drag it on for too long. Not like intentionally, like I just try to help players. Okay, full Grom. You can't do full Grom because that's alpha. We've got 2 beta weapons on here. And they make forever. Pop-up videos. All those offers. Wait a minute, that's Gatto. Trying to get into the center here. Oh! You're just minding his own business. How is the samurai doing? Samurai? I'm confused. Takes a while for these weapons to load up. Uh-oh. I don't think that guy built his archer right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can't see! I'm blinded! Ugh. Now I'm EMP'd. That's not good either. Hey, we got the beacon. Ah, I'm gonna go down. There's no ways I can hold this. Yeah. There's no ways. Absolutely no ways. Whoa, what's going on over here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh boy. That's a problem. I can't use my ability. Oh boy, I'm dead. Why can't I can't get out of my ability. What? Wait a minute. What? I couldn't use my other ability. That was weird. Maybe I used it too fast and it cancelled it out. That was weird. I tried to go into the bear stance thing the minute I got out the ball mode and I couldn't. I wasn't even EMP'd then either. Oh boy. Oh, he left that beacon. Sonics are better on Bjorn? Yeah, way better. Oh, he linked to me. Oh boy. So I'm just trying to really focus on my beacons, yeah. I'm gonna die. Oh no, he's pushing me. Oh. Yeah. Just trying to get these beacons quick because they were ahead. They still ahead on beacons. Why is this guy? This is one of those crazy games where we should have lost. I mean, it's not over yet, but it's not looking good for them. Hold on, guys. Let me go this way. Didn't he go around this corner here? We might still lose. Oof. I'm really trying to push these beacons. Whew. Sorry, Gatto. Hey, Joel. That's one heck. I thought for sure we were gonna lose because I was getting targeted for one. Holy 13 beacons. That's how you win it, guys. As I said, beacons win games. There we go. 13 beacons. I went quiet. It's because I had to focus. Has been killing for a while. It's a really good build. Yeah, this Phantom build here is really good. Although I'm not sure after the the rebalance, because these weapons are going to get hit really bad. I got a triple double. Hey, Togi. 11 beacons. I was running beacons like crazy. Actually, I find on moon maps, sometimes I get like crazy beacon counts because like if my team doesn't get a beacon, I have to go. And I end up doing my rounds like sometimes like 3-4 times around the map. That was a crazy game. That was really intense. I was really focused. So if I wasn't talking, it's because I was like super focused. Okay, so that's gonna be I think that's gonna be the last game. Yeah, for the Bjorn, I still think running, so if you have a Bjorn, I still think running the Veyron, these weapons are probably the way to go. I'm not sure how the Vadra and the Mahavaj are gonna be, because I believe they're gonna be nerfing it slightly, so it might put things a little bit more in favor of Nvara and Veyron. But the reason why I'm saying these weapons specifically is because when you think about the way that the Bjorn is, when you lock down, when you go into the, what is it called? The shapeshift. No, wait. Ferocity? Sphere stance. Okay, so it's called ferocity. Yeah, when you go into that mode, you get like crazy defense. But the thing is, you can't move. So if your target is further out, the Sonics will actually do better than the Mahavaj and the Vadra. That's why I think these might be a bit better. You're trying to avoid. I'm just trying to win. That's why I was like running around the map trying to get beacons, taking out all the players. Yeah, that was weird. So my Bjorn Titan, and I think maybe I executed the maneuver too fast and it maybe locked up. But what I usually do with the Bjorn, so the thing is with this Titan, you got to be careful when you're in ball mode, because ball mode, a lot of players, they think that they don't take that much damage, but they forget that the reason why the Skyros doesn't take damage when it's in ball mode is because of the Theseus pilot. This pilot is not like the Theseus pilot. You know, it gives you, looks like some defense points, but it's definitely not like the Theseus. You know, you take a lot of damage. So really, the only mode where you don't take a lot of damage is when you go into that ferocity. So if you go into that mode, you get more resistance, but it's only for a couple of seconds. So what I was doing was I was in ball mode and I tried to get out of ball mode and then activate my ferocity straight away, and I think it locked up because I noticed that I couldn't use it, or that I had used it already but I hadn't, which is weird. So that's why my Bjorn went down so fast. Redeem a Bagley after the rebalance? That might be pretty strong. Yeah, because that's a T3 weapon, right? I think it's a T3 weapon. Yeah, but you know, like again, it is. Yeah, it's so hard to tell these things because like I don't want to recommend something and then I end up being wrong and the player blames me, because the reality is your guess is as good as mine whether something's going to do well in the next update. And also the numbers that we see on the test server currently may change again before the release of that update. and they may even cancel things altogether. So we don't even know where we stand, you know, as far as, because it's gonna change a lot. The ball mode is to get the Aegis. Yeah, I go into the ball mode and then just like I switch from that to the other. But it, like even the Aegis, it doesn't really last very long. It just goes down. Bjorn goes down too fast. The Hell weapon? Ooh. Yeah, those weapons, I know for sure. So these weapons, yeah. You know, I've been telling players like for the past month, maybe even longer than a month. I was like telling, I was like, you guys, you're sleeping on these weapons. You may want to use them now while you still have the chance because like they do a lot of damage. I'm not even kidding with that. Oh, thank you, Dice. Thanks for the membership gifts. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Also, for the ones who just got a membership gift in the chat, make sure you thank Dice. So you guys will have access to my VIP on Discord. Okay, and when I do the members stream, so there's going to be a members stream this Saturday with the Patreon squad, you guys will have access to that stream. So an extra stream, I guess. Those streams are fun because so I usually split it up into like four kind of different live streams. So one will be like when I stream like the baby account. Another one might be Hangar reviews. Then we do the Patreon squad. And then when we get a new update, you know, with all the new content, I do a stream on that. This way, if those members have any questions about like the update, or they're not sure what they want to upgrade, or, you know, they want a new weapon, they're not sure what to run it on, that's when we take a look at that. When they nerf the Margon, what's going to be the next best weapon on the Ravana? You know what? Actually, what was that weapon called now? You know the new weapons that we have on the test server that does like the circular thing? That might actually work. Would that work really well on the Ravana? I could kind of see that. But you have to keep on firing it though, right? I think you have to keep on firing. I have to go back to see how those weapons play out. Maybe that might even work. Because you'd be doing damage then while you're in Transcendence mode. But I think you have to keep on firing, because then you would be more exposed. Yeah, I'm not sure. I really don't know. Will I be doing another Titan giveaway? Ooh. I think the next giveaway is probably going to be the new robot. Speaking of which, so if you just arrived now, this is the hangar that I was doing for Dream Hangars. So Louise, thank you so much for participating in Dream Hangars. And, you know, as I've done in the past, well, the recent Dream Hangars, usually I do a prize thing as well. So whatever the next giveaway is, Louise will get that prize. Okay, so they're locked in for that prize. So if it's the Teth robot, that's what they will get. But yeah, thank you so much for participating in Dream Hangars. I really do hope you enjoyed the live stream and the gameplay. And for the ones who are kind of curious, how do you enter, you know, these Dream Hangars? So when the stream is done, what you do is you post your Dream Hangar. So it's going to look something like this. Don't give me a long list. The shorter the better, because this way I can actually display it on the screen. Some give me like these long lists and I have to keep on scrolling. I'm like, how am I going to show this on the stream? Yeah, so try to keep it short. Typically I go for ones where, so 5 different robots. Again, it could be a theme. It could be something you're building towards or you're currently building towards, but you're not sure if it's going to work, you know, when you level it up. Those are actually the best hangars that I like covering, because this way you can see if the build itself is worth, you know, actually investing in. So yeah, if you do that, and also be sure, this is really important. So you might notice at the bottom of his comment, or their comment, they have their pilot ID and platform. Really important that you put that down in your comment, because when I tried to first do these prizes, there were actually some players that were trying to steal the prize. So they would say that they were actually that person, but when I checked the account, it was different. So always make sure that you put your pilot ID and platform when you put your comment. This way I can, make sure that I get your ID before others try to steal your prize. The family, the mace. You know what? To be honest, I'll give this some credit. I didn't think it was going to do that well. Like, it actually did kind of decent. And I think maybe it's because of the reason that, that I mentioned at the start of the stream. The reason why we really don't see that many Ultimate Fenrirs. It's not that it's not strong. It is strong. The reason why is it's just too slow. I mean, if you're going to hold on a beacon, could you imagine this with like a Leo linked? You're not going to kill this thing. It's going to be crazy. So I think for a beacon defender, it can definitely work, but we just don't see that many. It's just like really slow, I think, is the big problem with this. Bye, guys. Thanks for dropping by, and thanks for the membership gifts. Has a force field, it'll be tanky, which is even better because, usually players lack tanks in their hangar. Like a beacon dropper. Yeah, that's usually when I drop my Fenrir in. But the reason why I think this was working and the other, when I used the arm weapons, obviously those are strong, but I mean, these aren't that strong. But I think it was working because just, being that the Fenrir is slow, I'm trying to make up for that distance or that speed by using range. So I think it kind of did work. So it might be an option, actually. And being that these are T3 weapons, you're kind of, I guess, protected. Nothing is being done to these. You know what? These weapons might actually be quite strong in the next update. It might be one of the more popular weapons. For the newer, which one do I prefer? I don't know. I think I'd have to run it more. I think for me, just the way that I play, I think I would still go with the damage. So my reasoning, because I know players will say, well, that doesn't make any sense because you die quickly. The thing is, when I usually set up my hangar, you guys know that I'm a heavy brawler. Like, I usually have 3 to 4 bots that are brawlers, to hold beacons down. Not just to hold beacons down, but it's more also to protect myself in the event that I get spawn raided. I think that's the biggest thing, because when I first started playing this game, whenever I ran into like squads, I would always get spawn raided, and I guess I've been scarred for life now. So that's the reason why I always build a very tank heavy hangar, to prepare myself in the event that happens, because my team's going to need me to really pull my weight, at defending. So if I'm running so much brawlers, the range build of mine, I needed to do a lot of damage, but I don't want to survive in it too long. So by amping up the damage but keeping it fragile forces me out of that bot, so I can get into the real damage dealers, which would be these, right? So that's why I tend to go, like, it doesn't really matter, whether it be this bot or, I mean, it could be, I'm trying to think like what other, Ravager with Scatty, any kind of like sniper build. I generally really amp up the damage for that very reason, because I don't want to be in it for too long. You have 5 tanks in your hangar for when you need it and range. Yeah, so I think someone was asking a question. I don't know if I got distracted when I was answering that question, but for me, I would actually stick to one hangar. If you're a new player and you're learning the game and stuff, I know a lot of players do that, and they will build, like, say, so this hangar might be like their main hangar, and then they have like some range, or maybe they have all range in this hangar, so that when they drop on a larger map. But the thing is, if you take that route, you're actually stretching your resources extremely thin. So it's like having 2 weak hangars to play the game. And that's why I think a lot of players also struggle too. So instead of using like 2 hangars, why not try to just build one hangar and make it strong? You build one hangar, make it strong, rather than having 2 hangars that are weak. And the way you do that is to run mostly brawlers, and then you run some range in the event that you drop in on a larger map. But don't run too much range. And by doing that, you will have more resources to work with. And I think, you know, once you level that up, then you can go and get your second hangar. But I think for like newer players, my advice would be stick with one. You know, the other advantage of sticking with one too, just decision making, it's a lot more easier to play, because sometimes you need to drop in on a beacon very quickly. If you have 2 hangars or 3 hangars, then you're thinking, okay, what's in my second one? What's in my third? And then you're going to click on there and you're going to find it. By the time that you actually found that bot and dropped in, you would have lost that beacon. Whereas someone who's just focused on one, their actions will be instant. You know, they need to drop in, they know exactly what they need to choose. It's in the first hangar, so they don't need to go to the other screen. It's quick. So your reaction time will be faster, your resources will be more efficient. It's just everything about it is just way better having one. But I can understand why players use 2. Like, I get the appeal. I'm not saying that it's wrong or anything. There's no right or wrong way. It's just, for me, I think for a newer player, and just the fact that, you know, resources are really hard to get, it just makes more sense, you know, to use the one. I don't think they necessarily want players to play more. I think they're putting the option there because they know players will be tempted by it, you know, and if they're tempted by it, they will spend more. It's kind of like putting candy in front of a kid and telling the kid not to eat it. How long do you think before that kid's like, they just can't stand it anymore? They have to have a candy. So that's what I think it is, you know, like they putting that option there and players just cannot resist. It's kind of like putting a weapon in and it does a lot of damage. You know, players can talk all that they want about balance, whether it be a free player, whether it be a paid player, they're going to go for that weapon because it's just too tempting. They can't help themselves. It's just, that's how it is. You know, if they put, I mean, be honest, you know, like players always say like, oh, I'm just defending Pixonic and all this other stuff that they say about me. Be honest. If they put in the offers here, if they put like a Bjorn, or they put, I don't know, they put an Ultimate Arthur, what do you think players are going to do? And they put it there and it's free. Of course they're going to take it, right? It doesn't matter if they're a free player or they're a paid player. They're going to take it. You'd have to be a fool not to do it. It's too tempting. And they can't help themselves, so they will take it. That's how it goes. This is where, you know, the emotions overrides the logic. You memorize about... I don't know if you noticed, so when I usually... This is the other thing that I do to help with, you know, where I can navigate my bots really quickly. Generally, what I do is... So, I'm not sure if I'm the only one that does this. I'm just going to put this as a placeholder here because I want to put... usually my first bot would be a beacon runner / tank. And then the next 3 will be like tanks. So the next 3 will be tanks. The last spot is usually my range. So I would put like... I'm not sure if I'm the only one that organizes things this way. So I have a beacon runner, 3 brawlers, and then range. So this way, when I'm in the middle of a fight and I need to drop a bot in very quickly because maybe I need like to defend a beacon, I know exactly the area of the screen where I need to click. So that decision's already been made. I don't have to look all over the place. And if I'm playing that hangar long enough, then I will know exactly which bot and where it is on the screen. So I can actually react a lot faster. So I actually organize my hangar that way. I'm not sure if I'm the only one, like I'm very specific when it comes to that. Because every split second counts, you know? Like if you're in a game where it's like a nail biter of a game, you know, those split seconds make a big difference. you put your brawlers on the left and your beacon runners on the right. Oh, you do the opposite of what I'm doing. Yeah, I do. Wait. Oh, you said the other way around. So wait, you copy what I do? I'm wondering if I'm the only one that does that. I should do a video on this. Am I the only one that actually organizes my bots this way? Let me know. You do that too? It's always funny, like the players, like their habits, right? Don't change the usual. You guys are funny. Okay, anyways, guys, that is going to be Dream Hangars for this week. Before I get going, thank you very much to Dark Warrior, Lone, Dominic Kind, Dies, Peter, Cold, and Alex for helping to moderate today's live stream chat. Much appreciated. Also, thank you very much to Louise for participating in this week's Dream Hangar. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. And as I said, you will be locked in for the next giveaway prize, so you don't have to enter that giveaway. It's guaranteed that you'll win the prize, provided you give the right pilot ID. But yeah, and for the ones who are like interested in participating, and you want to participate in the whole Dream Hangars, once the stream is done, post your Dream Hangar in the comment section. So 5 different robots. Could be something you're currently building towards. Maybe you're thinking about it. Could be a theme. That could be that too. Post it, and it might get chosen in the next episode of Dream Hangars. Be very sure to put your pilot ID as well, because if you get chosen, you don't want someone else to steal your prize, so make sure you do that. Also, thank you very much to Amun and once again to Dies for the membership gifts and the membership. Really do appreciate it, guys. And also thank you to you guys for showing up for today's live stream. Really do appreciate it. If you haven't yet done so, make sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream featuring Dream Hangars. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I think that's going to be it. So thank you guys once again for dropping by. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And until the next live stream, which is actually going to be tomorrow, I will catch you guys later. Cheers, guys.